You're going to pay for your health now or you're going to pay for your health later. And that's a fact. Back in the Murray Ranch kitchen, it's been a while since we've done one of these, and this one is going to be a little bit different. I have been asked a couple of times from folks that watch our videos, that follow us on Facebook and Instagram, what does the Dr. Farmer eat? And what do I think is actually a healthy, well-balanced diet plan? I got to do a disclaimer. I'm not a MD. I am not a doctor. I am a physician assistant that is board certified. I graduated PA school from the University of Oklahoma in 2008. And for the last 14 years, I have been practicing emergency medicine and family medicine. My credentials are basically in westernized medicine. However, I became very interested in nutrition and preventative health measures, and therefore I feel like I'm pretty well versed in nutrition and kind of a more of a holistic approach to medicine. First thing that I want to talk to you guys about is not what actually to eat, but it is what I believe you should avoid, because that is actually how I center my diet. It is not about what to eat, it is about what not to eat. And there are a couple of biggies. One is sugar. I am a believer that added sugar is what is leading our population into chronic health problems. Sugar is pro-inflammatory. I believe that it is carcinogenic. I believe that it affects your cholesterol negatively. I believe that it plays a big role in blood vessel disease. It obviously is associated with diabetes. Sugar is the number one thing. You got to get away from added sugar. Number two are processed vegetable oils. The process in which these oils are produced, it undergoes a high heat process that extracts whatever little bit of oil can be made out of a piece of corn or whatever, and it creates this vegetable oil. And these things are they're not natural. They are, as I understand it, pro-inflammatory, and our foods are just absolutely laced with them. And so I do my best to avoid those. And then the third one is another tricky one, and that is artificial sweeteners. In my opinion, artificial sweeteners are on the same par as sugar. And I believe that they actually may be worse. The first thing that I would recommend for folks is that they get an adequate amount of protein. I start to look at how much protein I need in a 24-hour period. And I believe that for most people, they need between 0.5 and 1 gram per pound of ideal body weight. So for myself, I am 5'7", 165 pounds. So I shoot for around 160 grams of protein a day. And for me, that's about what I need. I work out pretty rigorously 5 days a week. I'm very physical here on the farm, and so I need a little extra protein to preserve that muscle mass. There are a lot of studies out there that, they all talk about how dangerous meat is for our bodies. I believe that some of these studies are flawed. And part of that is because if you read the studies, most of them will lump processed meat and red meat together. And I believe that there is a fundamental flaw in that. Why do I believe that there's a fundamental flaw in that? Well, let's just take your average processed meat, something that, Americans eat hundreds probably of hot dogs a year. And let's just check out, what's the ingredients? Beef, okay? Water, okay? Corn syrup. Is meat supposed to have corn syrup in it? I don't know. Let's see, what else? Potassium lactate, hydrolyzed beef stock, okay. Natural flavor, okay. Sodium diacetate. Not sure about that. Let's contrast that with some red meat that good old Nate Murray's going to eat. Homegrown, family raised, ground beef. Ingredients? Ground beef. Made to my specifications. 80-20, 90-10, nothing in it. No hormones given to these animals. They've been given a appropriate withdrawal time from vaccinations. If they, no antibiotics. I mean, this is clean red meat. What else we got here? This is backstrap elk steaks. Look how beautiful, red, deep, rich this is. Ingredients. Just elk. Nothing else. I believe that there is a fundamental flaw in these studies because processed meats have preservatives. Preservatives that are known carcinogens, such as sodium nitrite. I do not believe that you can legitimately compare grass-fed beef or wild elk with a hot dog, a bratwurst, sausage. These things are fundamentally different. What other kinds of protein other sources of protein am I looking at? Well, here's some wild-caught mahi-mahi. I do believe that fish is an excellent source of protein. And with fish, you have to watch things closely. Is it wild-caught? Where did it come from? Large fish that have really long lifespans, things like swordfish, some of the big grouper, you have to watch your mercury levels. A fish like mahi-mahi is a very sustainable fish. They grow rapidly and they go from babies to harvest size in a year or two, and so they do not accumulate much mercury. I think that fish such as that are ideal species to add into your diet. Other sources of seafood, your wild-caught shrimp, lobster, crab. I mean, these are excellent sources of protein. What else we got? We got some chicken. I love to raise our own chicken. When we don't have it available, there are certainly areas, places where you can source good, healthy chicken. There are farmers all over this country that are raising, pastured poultry, and these birds are head, tail, neck above their mass-produced counterparts. Another good source of protein. Bam! Homegrown, farm-raised eggs. I know exactly what my hens are eating. I know where these eggs came from, how they were handled, how long they've been on the shelf. I know I know that our hens are not given antibiotics. I know that our hens are fed a natural diet. If you look out my window right now, you can see some hens out there scratching around. They're just out doing their thing. They're not stuck in pens. They're not littered in feces. They're just out doing what birds should do. So you might say, Nate, that's a lot of steak. That's a lot of fish. I just don't know if I can keep up with a gram per pound of ideal body weight. I do believe that there are nice, healthy protein supplements out there. The one that I choose to use personally is called Jocko Mulk. Anybody that knows Jocko has watched this podcast or knows who Jocko is. He's a retired Navy SEAL. He's got his stamp of approval on this one. I want to talk to you guys quick about the ingredients. So this is protein blend, whey protein concentrate, whey isolate, egg, albumin, cocoa powder, natural flavor, xanthan gum, monk fruit extract. Contains no soy. This is a made in the USA product. I like this one. This one is the chocolate. I pretty much do one protein shake a day. It's normally my first or second meal of the day, and I love these things. I'll mix it with some good old-fashioned cow's milk, maybe a scoop of peanut butter and half a banana, and it is absolutely delish. Yeah, folks, you heard that right. I drink dairy. Oh my God, it's kind of a sin, right? Drinking cow's milk? I mean, well, let me tell you. So I do things a little different. This right here, farm fresh cow's milk. In Oklahoma, we are blessed that we have some laws that allow us to buy milk direct from the farm. This milk right here, it is, I don't know if you can see that, it was collected on the 3rd. I buy it weekly from a local dairy. This is non-pasteurized, non-homogenized milk, straight from the dairy cow. And I believe that it is superior. Number one, there are no hormones. There are no antibiotics. Homogenization takes milk and basically changes the proteins and so forth so that it does not separate. Pasteurization kills some of the good, healthy bacteria. And so, yes, do you run some risk? There's the potential for foodborne illness with cow's milk. Have I ever gotten sick? No. Do I think it matters where you get it? Yes. Whenever Sam was little, he was getting a rash around his mouth, and he saw 2 or 3 different doctors for it, including myself, and prescribed steroid creams and all these different things. And I did a little research, and I thought that maybe it was the milk. And so anyway, we switched into this cow's milk that is straight from the cow. You know what? His rash went away almost instant, and we've never looked back. And I will, as long as our dairy is open, I will continue to buy milk from this family. I am very confident in its safety. The next thing that I would recommend is another little cliche: eat the rainbow. I believe in eating in season fruits and vegetables. In Oklahoma, one of the things that we can grow during the winter are greens. And this is a mix of salad greens. I also have back here a mix of baby spinach. These things we can grow, that we have a long growing season for these things. And I just love a good salad. Throw in some tomatoes, some red onion. We load that thing up with all kinds of colorful vegetables. And I will eat a salad like that every day. If I don't eat a salad 6 days a week, it's very unusual. The trick with salads, another thing that will get you, is your salad dressings. So I mentioned earlier that you need to stay away from vegetable oils. In vegetable oil, or a lot of salad dressings have their number one ingredient is going to be a vegetable oil, oftentimes soybean oil. And it can be organic. That soybean oil can be organic. It doesn't mean that it's good for you. Organic is something that's gotten a little bit misunderstood. You can still have organic stuff that is not good for you. You can have organic cane sugar. Still going to cause diabetes, all right? These salad dressings are from Primal Kitchen, and their number one ingredient is avocado oil. I don't know if you can see that, but avocado oil. Here's another one, Greek vinaigrette, avocado oil. A lot of companies will say made with olive oil. And you look at it, you look at the back, and it's 3rd or 4th on the list. And actually soybean oil or canola oil or something like that is in front of it. And on ingredient lists, the number one ingredient is what there is the most of in the product. And so they put that on there, made with olive oil, great big letters to make you think that you're doing something good for your health. But in actuality, you're not getting very much olive oil. You're getting mostly soybean oil or something of that effect, and very little healthy olive oil. These companies, they're very strategic in their marketing. They know they put these catchphrases in there to trip you up. You got to be an educated consumer. So I've talked about our proteins, eat lots of vegetables, well-rounded, colorful vegetable diet. When it comes to fruits, I would focus on berries, strawberries, blueberries, blackberries. Those things have the lowest glycemic index. They have a lot of healthy anti-inflammatory properties about them, especially things like blueberries. They do not have quite as much sugar, and because they're berries, they have a lot of fibrous content to them. I kind of do fruit as a kind of an added treat. It's where I get my sweet, right? Another area I get my sweets is going to be from good old yogurt. So a lot of yogurts, you got to be careful with your yogurt because they're the same way. These companies have figured out catchphrases. They'll put some healthy things on there, organic, non-GMO, high protein, and then you look at it and there's 12 or 15 grams of added sugar. This one right here is called Too Good. 2 grams of sugar. It is Greek yogurt with 1.5% milk fat, non-GMO. There is 12 grams of protein, 3 total carbs, 2 sugars, 0 added sugars. Number 1 ingredient, cultured reduced fat milk, water, less than 1% natural flavors, lemon juice concentrate, tapioca starch, blah, 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 blah. Nothing bad in here, I don't think. This is a excellent yogurt. And nice little protein, 12 grams, that's nothing to shake your head at. So that's a good source of a snack. Other snacks that I love, things like kimchi, right? Kimchi, good old fermented foods. Fermented foods are good for your gut. They add some of those healthy bacteria back into your system, help with digestion. There's some thoughts that they may be helpful from an immunity standpoint as well. So other examples of fermented food is going to be like fermented sauerkraut, kombucha. I've always got some kombucha fermenting right here. So this is a ginger honey lemon kombucha that I've got going. Some other great snacks are going to be things like your nuts. So walnuts, cashews, pumpkin seeds. These things they're fibrous. They have some good healthy omega-3 fatty acids in them. They're calorie dense, so you have to watch about how many of them you're going to eat. But I think they're great snacks when used in moderation. So my final thoughts on nutrition is eat as fresh and as local as possible. Those things are typically going to trump your store-bought goods. If you can find, a farmer to buy from, a farmer's market, those are going to be high-quality items. Joel Salatin talks about value added, and the local farmer, he's got to produce something superior to the big supermarket in order to be competitive. And so the value added from these fresh fruits and vegetables that are highly nutritious, these meats that have been are from animals that are well taken care of and have been raised humanely and fed a diet that is conducive to what they're supposed to have. So those are big factors. I recommend getting adequate amounts of protein. Like I said, I shoot for 0.5 to 1 gram per pound of ideal body weight. Because I am physically active, lift weights and so forth, I shoot for that 1 gram per pound of ideal body weight. Eat the rainbow. Lots and lots of colorful vegetables. Your greens, reds, purples. Seasoning your foods with fresh herbs. Adding in that purple basil and thyme. Cilantro, those things add a ton of flavor, and they have their own unique profiles when it comes to nutrition. I'm not afraid of dairy. I eat plenty of eggs. I drink whole milk. I think the source is what's important. Lastly is, remember those things to avoid. no artificial sweeteners, no added sugar, or very little added sugar if you can get away with it. And then stay away from your processed or your vegetable oils. Those vegetable oils are gonna wreak havoc on your immune system. And I believe that if you follow those cues, the diet kind of takes care of itself. If you've enjoyed this video, you'd like more information on how I prepare my meals, what how I go about meal prepping for a week so that I can eat all of my meals at work and at home and avoid the fast food lines and the processed foods, hit me up. Let me know down in the comments. I'd be happy to post some more videos about this. Nutrition is near and dear to my heart, and I want to help you guys any way I can. Till next time, God bless.